Okay, so I don't have a fancy setup for this video. Normally for these sauce videos I do, I'll be like, okay, so basically imagine this happened, and then that's like the sauce. I don't have one of those. But hear me out on this. Childhood friends, plus kimono, plus amazing artwork. I mean, what other story do you scroll into the comments and see people saying, bro, I didn't fap at it, I was impressed by the art? This story is good enough to have its own animated adaptation called Kimi ga Suki. I also just realized this. It's got an 8.7 on IMDb. Now, what is this story I've been alluding to? Let's Talk 258133, called Summer and Innocence. It's from the artist Jorori. Like I said earlier, it has everything you could ever need. Childhood friends, kimonos, extravagant artwork. So let's get right into it. The story starts out with two people on a bike talking about how hot the summer is gonna be and about prep school. But they switch topics to fireworks and a firework display that's happening that night. The guy then says that it was way too crowded last year, which she invites him over to hers to watch them. He thinks about it for a little, but she hugs him, saying not to be so gloomy and to let off some steam. He finishes up his drink and says fine. She gets all excited about it and tells him that he'll be surprised by her yukata, which she probably shouldn't tell him about that now. But anyway, it cuts to a festival before cutting to someone ringing a doorbell. Inside, we see the girl in her yukata, but the guy is focused on how crowded it was outside. She tries asking him what he thinks, but he's not really paying attention to her, which gets her thinking and starts pushing him upstairs. She looks out her window, seeing a lot of people while he's just eating on his phone. Then she steals one of his takoyaki, which is extremely uncalled for. He then grabs her arm and starts making fun of how soft her arms are, which then takes us to him just tickling her, but the fireworks start and they both look out the window. He starts commenting on it, about how they're a lot closer than he thought, but he sees something. He sees her completely infatuated with the fireworks over these 2 pages. She looks over at him smiling and he turns blushing, and they kiss, and she says that her parents aren't going to be home that night. And with that kind of setup, you already know what happens next. They finish up and end off the night holding hands, smiling as the fireworks end. They're both outside now, talking about how they didn't really get to see the fireworks and messing with the sparkler. But she finds another sparkler that someone dropped and is eager to light it. The guy says under his breath that he's happy he went by, which she didn't hear. So he says that he's gonna take a photo of her, and then of course takes a photo. And the story ends with him setting the photo he took as his wallpaper. Overall, I rate this a 9.9 out of 10. The only thing that's really dragging the score down is how short it is, and it could probably see some benefits for being longer. The story though was pretty good. It did jump at points and didn't really make sense, but that's nitpicking. And don't even get me started on the art style. Oh my god, the art style is way too good to be a sauce. If I were to compare it as like the sauce version of an actual manga, I'd say that this artist is like the Kentaro Miura of sauce. What I'm trying to say is do yourselves a favor and check out this artist and their other works. And that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. Hasane Miku is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy tale.